it over on me. I'm a rebel of this game, so wait no rules if he find me. Y'all a felon in this industry. Y'all misdemeanors tell me smart, I'm new.
What is up, everybody? This is your man, Next Icon. This is the ICON Chronicles. This is Monday, May 20, May 23rd, 2022. It is 8 o'clock, and you know what that means. It is once again time for me to get on the mic and put the word out there for what's going on in this world. And for those that are unaware, Next Icon is an acronym for No Excuses. I Can Overcome Negativity, because everybody goes through something that they have to overcome, and it starts with you. So let's get all the preliminaries out of the way for today. Again, anybody that has an opportunity to go to YouTube and look up Malcolm, the Malcolm series, you can start off by looking up Confessing Malcolm or Confessing Malcolm, and then you can go back and catch the other episodes before that. But do check out the Malcolm series starring Alex Javo, myself, Joel Rogers, and quite a few other people that I have not had the pleasure of meeting. It was written by Chadwick Whitmire, but do check that out. Um, Also, go to Ejene LLC, that is spelled EJENE LLC.com, and check out the movie that I'm in called What Death Do We Part? The Revenge. This is guaranteed to make you think. It is guaranteed to make conversations happen. It is guaranteed to motivate and to inspire. Written by Edwina Adams. So please go to EJENE LLC.com and check out What Death Do We Part? The Revenge. There is a charge of $7.77, but please support your independent actors, artists, writers, directors, filmmakers, etc. I made an announcement last week about the stage play Betrayal coming June 25th and 26th. It has been made known to me that the date has changed to July 18th and 19th, I do believe. I will have that confirmed by the next show, but it has been moved to July. And also another play that I will be in July 8th, 9th, and 10th, called Love in Atlanta, will also be debuting. So please make sure that you check both of those stage plays out. Get out and please, again, support all of us out here that are doing what we can to entertain you. Again, I am also looking for people to interview on the show. So if you would like to be a guest on the Icon Chronicles, send your information to the Icon Chronicles at gmail.com, and let's put something together so that the world knows who you are, because until the world knows that you exist, you may not. There's new music that is coming out. I have not determined a release date for the new single, What We Gonna Do, but we are working on that now to get that prepared and ready for release. So stay tuned for that on all music sites online. If you have a basement, an attic, a garage, an eviction property, or foreclosure property that needs to be cleaned, don't just make a choice, make the best choice. TBC Cleaning is here to serve you and to make sure that your property is cleaned and prepared for the next adventure, the next buyer, or the next tenant. Please reach out to TBC Cleaning at 404 919 3671, serving the greater Atlanta area. Again, TBC Cleaning. Don't just make a choice, make the best choice. Also, tune in on my site on TikTok and check out So It's On, my little gangster ghetto series that I'm playing around with, learning TikTok, but check it out. And if you would like to be a part of that, please feel free to hit me up and let's see what we can do to get you on there. Um, Next Icon Radio is looking to be rebroadcast. I am looking for at least 50 artists before I kick this off so that I have a nice selection of music for the people to listen to. There is a $5 per song fee for it to be uploaded and set to program. But please, if you are an artist of any genre, send your music in, send your information in, and let yourself be heard on Next Icon Radio. If you cannot listen, well, if you cannot watch the Icon Chronicles on StreamYard or on YouTube or on the Icon Chronicles podcast on Facebook, you can go to Anchor and you can go to Spotify and you can listen to every episode of the Icon Chronicles, including this one tonight. So do make sure that you do tune in and leave a comment. And if you would like to be a guest again on the show, the Icon Chronicles at gmail.com is the email address in order to make that happen. And if you would like to call in on any subject, even tonight's subject, please do not hesitate to give a call because I am looking for people that have something to say, not just sit back and watch, because this is why things keep happening, because everybody just sits back and watches until it happens to them. And at that point, it is too late. Now, the number to call in is at the bottom of the screen, 470-251-9886. And as you see, tonight's topic is, what use do you have? So again, take some time to tune in. Tonight is going to be another interesting conversation, well, broadcast of things that are going on in the world. So again, tonight's topic is, what use do you have? I posted a post on Facebook, and it highlighted a hypothetical situation. And the hypothetical situation was a person that has no job, that has no money, no place to stay, and has nothing but the clothes on their back. But they have the audacity and the nerve to say that they're being used. Now, I'm not sure how anybody else, I wanted to hear some responses in regards to this, and I didn't get any, but hey, this is the world that we live in. Unless it's traumatic, nobody wants to make a comment. But the reason that I made this statement is because there are people out here that actually believe that they're being taken advantage of and that they're being used for things that they don't have. Now, I come from the streets and I come from a hustler's background. And I was always taught that in order for you to be used for something, you have to have something that somebody wants. And to my knowledge, unless times and days have changed as often as they have, I still believe that to be true. So if you have nothing to offer and you have nothing to bring to the table and you have nothing of value per se, what use do you have? What is it that somebody can take from you that they don't already have, or that they can't get? What is it that what special power is it that you hold that makes somebody want to take advantage of you? I mean, we live in a world of self-gratuitous people. We live in a world of egocentric people. We live in a world of people that are scared to step out of their comfort zone, but yet want something out of life that they can't even put themselves into the frame of getting because they won't leave the comfort zone that they're in. You cannot have both sides of the coin. Now, I make a statement every now and then that there is a line, and we all walk a line at some point in our lives, of which we have to make a choice of which side of that line that we're going to be on. Now, while you walking on that line, you teeter to the left, you teeter to the left. Sometimes you walk straight. Sometimes you might have to back step a couple times to get your footing back, but you're walking on a line. And that line is not going to be there for long. Eventually, you have to make a decision of if you're going to be on the left side of the line or the right side of the line. And whichever side of that line that you choose to be on, you choose to accept the responsibility for that choice, and you choose to accept the consequences for that choice. Whether it's good, whether it's bad, whether it's right, whether it's wrong, whatever choice that you choose to make, it comes with consequences that you have to deal with. And people have this tendency of, when it goes bad or when they fall off of that line, that it's always somebody else's fault. It's not anybody else's fault but your own, because you have to make a choice. And at the end of the day, the final decision, and I say this consistently, the final decision of what you choose to do is yours, not anybody else's, not your family's, not your friends, not your boyfriend, not your girlfriend, not your husband, not your wife. Nothing. That is, the final decision is yours. And whatever decision that you make, of whichever side of that line that you want to be on, you accept the consequences that go along with it. But to sit around and wallow in this world of self-pity and self-abuse and and self-destruction, and saying that you're being used when you have absolutely nothing to use you for, is ludicrous. Coming from a player's perspective, you're not even a practice run to take advantage of. You're not even on the radar to be of any type of use to get anything from you, because you have nothing. So what use do you have? A person that is out to take advantage of somebody, that's out to to use somebody, they're going to take advantage of them for their place to stay. They're going to take advantage of them for their car. They're going to take advantage of them for their money. They're going to take advantage of them for something physical that they can obtain to show that they have some type of value to themselves by taking advantage of another individual that has. You cannot use and you cannot take from somebody that has nothing. You are either a have or a have not. And if you are a have not, that means you have not anything to take from you that anybody cannot get on their own. So to sit back and point the finger and make accusatory statements and delusionary judgments that you're being used and taken advantage of, it's a world of fantasy. Very simple, very easy to comprehend. Again, the hypothetical situation: you have no job. So if you have no job, that means that you have no income. If you have no income, then you have no place to stay. If you do not have income, you don't have food. If you don't have any income, you don't have any money. If you don't have any income, you have nothing to bargain with. So if you have no money, no one can use you and take advantage of you for the monetary aspect because you have none. No job, no money. There's no sense in even trying to take advantage of somebody that doesn't have that, if that's what you're into. The next statement was, you have no place to stay. People have afforded you the room and the stability to give you a roof over your head. And your response is, they're using you. They're taking advantage of you. Please explain to me how this can be possible. You're living under their roof. You're using their utilities. You're using their water. You're using their lights. You're using their heat. You're watching their TV. You're using their refrigerator. You're using their microwave. You're using their stove. You're using everything that was in their house. So how is it that they're using you? What are they getting out of you to take advantage of you? No one had to open their door to you. No one had to give you a place to stay. You are in a situation that you put yourself in a lot of times. And because of the kindness and generosity of others, a door is open for you, an opportunity is open for you, a path is open for you, and you use that as a way to try and justify that somebody is taking advantage of you. Again, if you have nothing, then you have nothing to be taken advantage of. Billy Preston had a song back in the day called "Nothing from Nothing Leaves Nothing." And if you have nothing to offer, you have nothing to take. If you have nothing to offer, you have nothing to give. So the whole aspect of someone using you, the whole point of someone taking advantage of you is non-existent. So again, I asked the question, what use do you have? What is it that someone could, what your let me see, your integrity? Is that what somebody can take from you? I mean, I'm trying to understand the mental mind state and the mental capacity of an individual that has the nerve and the audacity to say that they're being used and they're being taken advantage of when they have nothing to take or be taken advantage of with. A player, a hustler, only goes after something tangible, something physical, some physical object, some physical manifestation, some object. And if you don't have that, again, you're not even on the board as a practice run. I mean, hustlers and players, what do they target? They target single mothers. They target men, they target women with cars. They target women with houses. They target women with jobs. They target women that have something of value that they feel entitled to take, that they believe is theirs to have. And if you don't have any of these things, you have nothing to be used for. You don't have any use, period. You're of no value to a player. You are of no value to a hustler. You have no worth to them because you have nothing for them to even try to take you for of any worth or of any value. What? Your body? That only lasts for so long. And most of these cats that out here, male and female, that are hustlers and that are players and that are using people and taking advantage of people, if they're taking you for your body, best believe that they have 3 or 4 others just like you. So when you're used and used up and of no value and of no worth because they've drained you of your bank account, they've broken down your car, they've dilapidated your house, they've left your kids messy in diapers with no food to eat. Once they have completed that mission, they're on to the next thing. But you have to have something to take for that to happen. They're not going to waste their time on a broke individual that has nothing to offer, that brings absolutely nothing to the table. They're not going to waste their time. Even a person that has a job that's not hustling, that has a good job, has a place to stay, has a car to drive, has money and has money in the bank, they're not going to waste their time too long with somebody that's not bringing anything to the table. They're not going to waste their time putting their money into something that is actually a walking, talking, living, breathing money pit. They may do it for a while, but after a while, again, as things start to add up and things are not making sense in this mathematical situation, they're going to move on to something else. Because you have to have, in order for anything to be taken from you, you have to have something that's going to benefit that person for them to take it from you. If you have nothing that's going to benefit them, you are not in any position to say that you're being used. You're not in any position to say that you're being taken advantage of because it's impossible. You can't take advantage of somebody that has nothing. You can't use somebody that has nothing. In effect, the person that is being accusatory of being taken advantage of and being abused and being used is actually the person that is taking advantage, the person that is using, and the person that is abusing. But they play this mind game to try to play the victim and make it seem that the other person is so bad. And again, they're only telling this to the people on their level because those are the people that are going to agree with them. That's not going to tell them what they need to be told. That's not going to tell them, that's not going to make them hear what they need to hear. They're going to agree with them, but at the same time that these people that are supposed to be your support and your friends, the whole time that they're agreeing with you and co-signing what you're saying, they're also behind your back saying something totally opposite of what they're telling you to your face. Why? Because most of the people that you are talking to are glad that you have the problems that you have. 80% of the people are glad that you have a problem. 20% do not give a damn. So you're running around and you're telling your business to people. All you're doing is you're opening up a door to somebody else that's like, you know what? Since you can't handle that issue, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it over for you and show you how it should be done. That's what's gonna happen. Because people that take advantage of people, that use people, understand that the person that they're using and the person that they're taking advantage of has something of value. You can't spend self integrity. You can't spend self-awareness. You can't spend depression. You can't spend low self-esteem. There's no value in any of that to anybody that's out to use, abuse, and take advantage of somebody. There's nothing they can do with that. They can't do nothing with your feelings. They can't do nothing with your pains and your headaches and your heartaches and your backaches and your leg aches and your stomach ache and your foot ache and your hand ache and your arm ache and your elbow got gout. Can't nobody got nothing. They can't nobody do nothing with none of that. Because at that point, you're a liability. People are looking for something that is an asset, whether to take advantage of it, whether to use it, or whether to build it up and make something of it. People that are looking for an asset to their life, not a liability, not a depreciation of their life and their lifestyle. If you are not there to help build their life up, if you're not there to help them build, period, they have no use for you. Again, whatever is going on, it may last for a while, but eventually that tolerance level, that patience level, it wears very thin. It wears very thin, and it does not take much for that person to say enough is enough. I'm done. It doesn't take much. Women have sit here online, and men are starting to do it too. And they're starting to say, I need somebody that matches me, that compliments me, has a job, has their own things. Women say it all the time. I need a man that has his own house, has his own car, has his own money, has his own this, has his own that. Men are starting to get wise to that game too. Because now we want a woman that has her own job, has her own car, has her own house, is her own go-getter. And if you don't bring that to the table to the point where where both individuals can combine those powers together and create a conglomerate, to build an enterprise, to build a legacy that will last and pass on to the next generation, they are not going to stay in that situation. These are the days and the times that people need to build together. Everybody needs to have their own. People need to have something that when you step into a relationship and you're looking for that relationship to go further, you have to bring something to the table other than your body and your chaos and your drama. You have to bring something more to the table than your past issues. You have to have something more than playing the victim all the time, especially to someone that is not looking at you as a target, especially to someone that is looking for something more than what they have to add on to their life. But the hypothetical situation, you have the person has no job, person has no money, person has no place to stay, the person has a bunch of zeros, but they're whining and crying about being used. You whining and crying about being taken advantage of. Of what? What use do you have that would benefit somebody, that will make them take the time, the effort, and the energy to use and or take advantage of another individual that already has nothing to take. Please understand, I'm going to say it again. If you have nothing to bring to the table, you're not even worth a practice run because you bring nothing to the table. See, everybody in this world wants, they want the perfect relationship. They want a relationship. They want a perfect job. They want a job. They want a perfect husband. They want a perfect wife, or they want a husband. They want a wife, but nobody wants to put in the work and the effort to achieve that. Everybody just walks around here with this expectation that it's just that all of these things are just going to be given to you. Anything that is given to you will not be appreciated for the simple fact it was given. You will respect more and you will treasure more and you will honor more what you worked for, the blood, the sweat, the tears that you put into it. This is what you will hold on to. But everybody got their hands out. And then if it doesn't go their way, then everybody wants to cry. Oh my God, you're using me. You're taking advantage of me. Of what? What are they taking advantage of? What are they using? You have nothing to offer. What are you bringing to the table of any part of somebody's life? Job, career, relationship. What are you bringing that is of benefit to the people that will be on the receiving end of that transaction? What are you bringing that substantiates you as an asset to your job, as an asset to your relationship, as an asset to somebody else's life? What are you bringing? And two, if the person is taking advantage of you and if that person is using you and you realize this and you continue to stay, then you are allowing it to happen. And again, that is your responsibility to accept it. That is your responsibility to accept it because what you allow is what will continue. I spoke last week about standards. If you have standards and you are true to your standards and you are fully 100% believe and stand behind the standards that you have set, you will not let another individual destroy your standards. Because if a person can get you to compromise and sacrifice one standard, that person will come for every single one of them. That is man, that is woman, period. If you have a standard, if you have any set of standards, which is a clear definition of your self-worth. Standards are a definition of your self-value. Standards is your definition of your character, of who you are, what you stand for, what you believe in. And if you allow somebody to come in and change all of that, then you did not believe in those standards that you set. Whatever standards that you have should be written in stone. And if they're not, that's why they can be compromised. That's why they can be targeted. When you understand your worth, when you understand your value, when you understand what it is, the work that you have to put in to get what it is that you want, you will not compromise anything that has to do with giving up any part of you. Because every time that you do that, you are discounting yourself. You are discounting your value. You are discounting your worth. And no one will give you the full 100 total respect that you deserve because you keep giving people that don't deserve a discount in your life a discount in your life. Stop discounting that. Stop giving away bits and pieces of yourself like you ain't worth nothing but chump change. What's going to happen? people are going to get mad. People are going to call you bougie. They're going to call you fake. They're going to call you, they're going to say that you have an ego problem. They're going to say that you conceited. They're going to say that you're self-centered. It is none of that. It is self-awareness. It is self-esteem. It is self-reliance. It is self-sufficiency. And if people have a problem with you being any one of those, then them people are going to be the ones that are going to try to take advantage of you. Those are the people that are going to try to use you, because their whole goal is to prove that you are not as self-reliant as you say you are, that you are not as self-sufficient as you put yourself out there to be, that you are not as strong as you make yourself out to be, that everything that you say, that your standards are fake, that you are fake, and that you don't believe nothing that you say. That is what they're targeting. But you have to have this in order for it to be targeted. And if you don't have it, then you have nothing to be used for. You have nothing to be taken advantage of. You can't take nothing from nothing. It is impossible. You can't use and take advantage of somebody for something that they do not have. But y'all ain't understanding that, because y'all too stuck in this world of self-gratification, materialism, lack of motivation, lack of inspiration, lack of commitment, lack of dedication, lack of communication. Y'all are lacking so much in everything, but you have your hand out for everything. But you're not putting anything in. Y'all, I'm getting on my soapbox on this. Because again, hypothetical situation. A person that has absolutely nothing, but has the audacity and the nerve to say that they're being used, that has the audacity and the nerve to say that they're being taken advantage of. You're not even a practice run. You're not even a fucking warm-up. And excuse my language. But you're not even a warm-up. You're not even on the radar. You're not even on the board, because you have nothing to take. What use do you have for somebody to take advantage of you? What tangible thing do you have, do you possess, that someone will benefit from taking it from you? Hypothetical situation. You have no job. No job means that you have no money. So let's see, if you don't have a job, a person can't target you for taking your position because you don't have one. You don't have any money. So a person can't target you for taking your money because you don't have any. You don't have a place to stay. So can't nobody target you for trying to live off of you and live in your house and live in your apartment because you don't have one. So what use do you have that's going to benefit another individual? I'm so sick and tired of people trying to play the victim, and they're not even a victim. It's a hustle move. It's a game. And they hate the fact that they get called out on it. They hate the fact that they come up against people that recognize game. Yo, peep this. Game, recognize game. You think that you're good at what you do, but you forget the one thing, that there's always somebody better. There's always somebody with a bigger sob story. There's somebody that plays a way better victim than you. There's somebody that does this way better than you. You are not a professional at this. You want to be, but how is it working for you? How is it working for you to play the victim and to point the finger and to blame everybody for your lack of integrity, for your lack of conscious decision making? How is it working for you to blame everybody else for your issues except the person who is responsible for their issues? Look in the mirror. Michael Jackson has a song called Man in the Mirror. I'm going to start with the man in the mirror. This is what you need to do. Before you start pointing fingers at somebody else, before you start making accusatory comments and accusatory statements that have no basis, talk to the reflection in the mirror. Before you open your mouth to say that you're being used, that you're being abused, that you're being taken advantage of, look in the mirror and ask yourself, what do I have that somebody can take? What do I have that's worthy of somebody taking it from me? Ask yourself those questions and see what kind of answer that the reflection gives you. Now, people want to know why I'm speaking about this subject. If y'all pay attention, most of the things that I talk about on the ICON Chronicles are things that I've either gone through, are going through, or have come across in Facebook conversations. We have different debates going on different things. These things give me topics to talk about on the show. This is something that goes on all the time. This is something that goes on every day. And at some point in time, those of us that are targeted for this need to stand up and be like, enough is enough. I've opened up my door to you. I've opened up this path for you, and you want to take advantage of that and then turn around and try and flip it and say that you're being taken advantage of. You want to flip it and say that you're being used. No, that is not the way that it works. Because those of us that do have, those of us that are striving, those of us that are trying to do the best that we can to make it, we're the real targets. We're the real targets for being used. We're the real targets for being abused. We're the real targets for being taken advantage of because we have. Now, people want to say that I send out subliminal messages. I don't need to send out subliminal messages. I'm very point blank and clear and concise. The only thing that I do not do is I do not attach any names to any subject matter that I discuss. Therefore, if any of my subjects that I speak about on this show, if it hits you, if it makes you feel some kind of way, if it jars your spirit, that's your conscience. That's your issue to deal with. Again, if it's that much of a problem, refer to the person in the mirror because that's who you need to deal with it. This whining and crying game, this playing the victim game, this I'm being used game, it backfires, yo. It backfires and it blows up in your face. Because when the truth does come out, when the smoke does clear, when the light does come on, and the people that you're going around and you're telling this business to and that you're talking to about giving your version of the story, then what you gonna do? See, when a person has to hustle and try and scheme and try and play the victim, so you have to keep that up. You have to keep playing the victim. You have to keep playing this role. You have to keep on running this so-called hustle, scam, game, whatever you want to call it. But when you tell the truth, you ain't got to say nothing else. You ain't got to defend nothing. You ain't got to get defensive. You ain't got to do nothing. Just speak the truth out there and let the truth ride on its own. Now, again, I just stated, somebody says that I like to send subliminal messages. I don't need to send subliminal messages because I don't give a damn about anybody out here. My whole aspect, my whole mind state is if I do say your name, what are you going to do? You going to approach me? You going to hit me up on Facebook? You going to slam me on Instagram? What? I mean, I got a, as far as that goes, I got a Bernie Mac attitude. And well, one of Bernie Mac fair line, I ain't scared of you motherfuckers. So if I feel like I need to say your name, trust me, I ain't got no problem with saying that. Ain't no fear in my heart over nobody. So I don't need to send no subliminal shots. But if what I say hits you, yo, it is what it is. Again, what you gonna do? You gonna come at me? What you gonna bring to me? Nothing. And that's just being point blank honest. That's just being point blank real. Y'all niggas ain't about to bring nothing to me. Cause you ain't got that kind of heart. Y'all niggas is cowards these days. So y'all ain't got nothing to bring. Y'all ain't nothing but a bunch of whiny crybabies that want your way like a bunch of spoiled brats. And when you don't get your way, then you whine and you cry like a baby. Somebody really need to go take you in the corner and change your diaper because y'all stink. I'm truthful about mine. And I stand behind whatever I say. And because I refuse to compromise my standards, because I refuse to bow down from what I stand for and who I am and what I believe in, I am a problem. I am a threat. I'm an adversary. I'm an enemy because my will don't break. But it's cool though. See, I ain't got no problem with that because the ones that don't stick around for that, you wasn't meant to be on this journey anyway. And God ain't doing nothing but cleaning house for me. And as long as I stay true to the path that I'm on, my life is just gravy. But to roll with me and to walk by my side, to be considered as an ally, you got to keep it real. And most of y'all niggas out here can't do that. Most of y'all niggas don't do that. And that's male and female. Because everybody out here want to hustle somebody. Everybody out here want to game somebody. Everybody want to have their hands out and don't want to put in no work. Nigga, you get up and you go to work every morning to get a paycheck. So if you put that much work into going to get a paycheck, you can put that much work into getting your life together. But if you think that you finna take a nigga like me and draw me down to your level because that's where you comfortable at, because that's where you happy at, because that's where your comfort zone is, baby girl, homeboy, you gets nothing. Why? Because I didn't come this far and I didn't raise myself this far and I didn't come to this level for somebody to drag me down with stupid innuendos that go nowhere. See, I have something to be used for. I have something to be taken advantage of. But y'all pissed off because you ain't found the key to the lock to do it. And the reason why you can't find the key is because it ain't one. Because game recognize game. And coming on my board, it's an automatic L, God. Automatic L. But y'all try. I let y'all try. Because I ain't got nothing else better to do with my time. But when I get tired of the game, when I get bored with playing, when I see that it's starting to drag and it ain't as exciting or whatever it is that it's supposed to be at the time, I do y'all just like I do the Xbox or the PlayStation. I turn the game off, yo. That's what I do. When I get bored with the game, I shut the game off because there's no thrill in it. Was that song BB King got? The thrill is gone. The thrill is gone, baby. Because you can't run game on a nigga like me. You can't hustle me. You can't play me. I give out just enough rope to see how much it takes for you to hang yourself. And then I pull the string. But you can't play me. You can't play the victim on me because you ain't any use to me. If I want to go back to the game, that's the way that the game is going to go. You got to have something for me to want to take from you. If you ain't got enough for me to take, you ain't even worth my time, homie. You ain't worth the sweat on my forehead. But y'all don't get that because you're too busy in your own little self-depreciating world of low self-esteem, low self-worth, low self-value. And it's everybody else's fault, not yours, because you're the victim, right? Everybody just dumps on you. Everybody just takes everything that you have, which is nothing. So just like I started this whole thing at the beginning, I'm going to ask the question again. What use do you have if you have nothing to use? The people that are being taken advantage of are the ones that opened their world to you. Those are the victims. Those are the targets. Those are the ones that are being used. Those are the ones that are being taken advantage of. Those are the ones that are being abused because you're taking their generosity and their kindness for a weakness. And people keep trying to paint a pretty picture of you until they run out of paint. And your true colors and your true intentions and your true mind state manifest. But again, that's everybody else's fault, right? You have no acceptance of responsibility for your actions, for your choices. That when you stand in front of that book of judgment, you're not going to have an answer for, because you still going to be trying to blame it on everybody else. It's always going to be everybody else's fault. Everybody did this. Everybody did that. You didn't do anything. You was the old poor me, woe is me victim. And they're going to look at you in front of that book of light, that book of judgment, and they're going to point your ass to the right. Because they ain't going to buy it either. You are responsible for yourself. You are responsible for your own self-preservation. You are responsible for your own self-sufficiency. You are responsible for your own self-reliance. You are responsible for your own self-esteem. You are responsible for your own value. You are responsible for your own worth. And nobody will see it. No one will recognize it. No one will understand it. No one will honor it until you honor it within yourself. Until you manifest it within you to the point that it shines through you. Nobody is going to see it. Nobody is going to understand it. Nobody's going to respect it. It starts with you. I'm going to say this again, as I have always said. The rest of us in your life, we are observers and opinioneers. Anything that we say is an opinion, and our opinion only carries as much weight as you choose to give it. But the final decision of anything that you do with your life, with your breath, with your steps, starts with you. And until you realize that, You always going to be playing the victim. You always going to be crying about being used. You always going to be crying about being abused. You're always going to be crying about being taken advantage of because you are not doing what you are supposed to be doing for you because you keep expecting everybody else to do you for you. And we can't. That's not our responsibility. That's not our job. That's not our place. That is not our position. Your life was not given to us. Your steps were not given to us. Your breath was not given to us. It was given to you. You are responsible for it. So, what are you going to do about you? What is it that you're going to do to change your way of life to be a benefit, to be an asset to somebody else? What is it that you're going to bring to the table that makes somebody say, damn, I made the right decision? What are you bringing to the table that's going to be of an asset to the person that's also sitting at the table with you? What are you going to bring? What do you have? What do you have to offer? If you have nothing, then you bring nothing. And you just sitting at the table, eating off of everybody else's plate, like a slave eating off table scraps. Get up off your behind and do something because the world is not going to wait for you. Time is not going to wait for you. Nothing and no one is going to wait for you. You have to take care of you. You have to do what you need to do to get what it is that you need to have and that you want to have. Nobody's going to get it for you. Nobody's going to do it for you because if they do, they're going to hold it over your head. But when you get it yourself, can't nobody say nothing. But again, y'all don't hear me though. Y'all just don't get it. But y'all got your hands out like you want something. And you just expecting everybody to give it to you because that's what you want. Well, again, this is the real world. And the real world dictates something totally different. Understand that. Get that. Because this is the only way that you're going to understand what your position in life. And that's not going to change. That is going to be exactly how it is. That's going to be exactly what it is until you change your life. So raise up, wake up, and get it together. Because ain't nobody going to do it for you. Do you understand that? Do you get that? Is that clear enough for you? So I'm going to end this show with the same question that I started it with. What use do you have? Because that comes with and starts with you. Stop playing the victim. Stand up and do what you're supposed to do. Or step to the sidelines and let life run you over and leave you behind in the dust. What use do you have? Only you know. Make it worth it. But stop playing the victim because it ain't cute. Anyway, that is my show for tonight. What use do you have? Again, Check out the music that'll be coming out. Check out the music that is already out. Just type Next Icon in the search window and you will pull up every bit of music that I have out here. Check out the plays coming up in July, Love in Atlanta and Betrayal. Check out the Malcolm series. Check out What Death Do We Part. Make sure that you support everybody out here that's doing their thing, that's handling their business. Send your music into Next Icon Radio to be on the radio station. Check out So It's On. Call TBC Cleaning to get your eviction property clean. Call TBC Cleaning to get your foreclosure properties clean, to get your attic clean, to get your basement clean, to get your garage clean. Do not just make a choice. Make the best choice, and make the best choice for yourself, because you deserve it and you worth it, but you have to see it and you have to understand it before the rest of us will. You feel me? This is your man, Next Icon, and I am about to get up out of here like last year. Y'all stay up, stay positive. Remember, everybody has a bit of no excuses. I can overcome negativity in them. You are the one that has to bring it out of you. What use do you have? Answer that question and holler back at me next Monday. Yo, I'm out of here. Peace, y'all. Y'all have a good one. And I will talk to y'all next week. Again, what use do you have? You can answer that question about yourself, and you will be one step closer to your own self-awareness. Peace.
These niggas wanna play with me, thinking they playing